Hi, Mintu. Hi, Wydong.
Hello, teacher.
And Quan. Okay. You can leave your cameras on, okay? Mine is not working. Mintu. Wait. Wydong. Wydong, what can you see here? We're telling a story about a day in the countryside, and we're telling a story about Tom and Kim. What are they doing in the first picture?
In the first picture, they are clean some
They are cleaning
cleaning of the grass in the garden.
Okay. Gwen, number 2, what are they doing there?
They are
What are they doing? Gwen, what are they doing in number 2?
and they are
They are chopping wood. Can you see? They are chopping wood. Can you see the wood? Gwen, can you see the wood? They are cutting pieces of wood. Can you see?
yes.
One of the teachers cut pieces of wood. What happens in number 3, Mintu? Picture number 3. What are they doing there?
They are cooking. They are helping
They are cooking food.
cooking
They are cooking food on the fire.
on the fire.
Yes, they are cooking food on the fire. Okay. White Dong in number 5. What are they doing there?
They play the boy is jumping down water and Kim and Tom swimming in the lake.
Okay, let me type it for you. First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and other students. They all cleaned the ground and picked up empty bottles. And then one of their teachers cut pieces of wood. Next, they used the wood to start a fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they all went swimming. Okay, Quan, can you read it for us?
Yes. First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and other students. They all cleaned the ground and picked up empty bottles. Then one of
Bottles.
bottles. Then one of their teacher cut piece of wood. Next, they used the wood to start a fire and cook some food.
A fire.
A fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they all went swimming.
Okay, White Dong, you can read it.
First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and other students. They cleaned the ground and picked up the empty bottles. Then one of their teacher cut with a wood. Next, they used the wood to start a fire and cook some food.
A fire, not a fight. A fire.
A fire. Furthermore, they started playing.
They started. No, not they send it. They started.
They started playing in the forest. Finally, they went swimming.
They all went swimming.
All went swimming.
Okay, Mintu, you can read it.
First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and older students. They cleaned the ground and picked up empty bottles. Then one of their teachers cut piece of wood. Next, they used the wood to start a fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they went swimming.
Okay, Quinn, you can read it again.
First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and other students. They all cleaned the ground and picked it up empty bottle. Then one of their teacher cut piece of wood. Next, they used the wood to start a fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they all went swimming.
Okay, White Dong, you can read it.
Yes. First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and other students. They cleaned the ground and picked up empty bottles. Then one of their teachers cut piece of wood. Next, they used the wood to start a fire.
To start a fire. They use the wood.
wood to start a fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they all went swimming.
Okay, Men 2, you can read it.
First, Kim and Tom went to countryside with their teacher and other students. They cleaned the ground and picked up empty bottles. Then one of their teachers cut pieces of work. Next, they used the work to start a fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they are swimming.
Okay, now I'm going to take it away. Okay, Quan, you can tell us again.
Uh, mm, Tom and Kim clean up with the teacher.
Start again, say again.
Uh, Tom and Kim clean up and pick up bottle with teacher.
You have to tell the whole story, Quan. We mustn't stop, okay?
Yes.
Okay, Quan, tell us the story.
Um,
You want to read it again? You can't remember?
no.
Okay, read it again. Okay, Quan, read it again.
First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and other students. They all cleaned and grow and pick up empty bottle. Then one of their teacher cut pieces of wood. Next, they use the wood to start a fire and cook some food. With the more, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they all went swimming.
It's not finally, it's finally. Finally.
Finally,
Finally. Now you need to remember this, Quan. I'm going to take it away, okay? Men 2, you can read it one more time.
First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their teacher and older students. They cleaned the ground and picked up empty bottles. Then one of their teacher cut pieces of work. Next, they used the work to start a fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they went swimming.
Okay, why don't you can read it one more time?
I remember.
Oh, you remember. Okay. Let's see if Why Dong remembers. Let's take it away. Okay, Why Dong, you go.
Yes. First, Kim and Tom went to the countryside with their family and other students. They cleaned the ground and picked up empty bottles. Then one of their teachers cut bits of wood. Next, they used wood to start and fire a fire and cook some food. Furthermore, they started playing in the forest. Finally, they went swimming.
Okay, good. So well done, Why Dong. Remember, you must just say what you see in the pictures. Look at the pictures. You will see what to say. Quan, you can try again.
First, Tom and Kim. Tom and Kim.
Look at the picture. What are they doing?
They clean. They clean the ground and pick it up.
Not pick it. It's not pick it and learn it. It's picked and learned. Picked, not pick it. Picked.
And pick
Yeah.
and pick empty bottle.
And picked up empty bottles. And picked up empty bottles. Can you say that?
Yes.
First,
Tom and Kim clean up the ground and pick up empty bottle.
good. Bottles, good. Then,
Then one of the one of the teacher cut off by the wolf.
next,
Next, they use wood.
they use the wood to make
Cook food on the fire.
They make the wood. They take the wood to make a fire, and then they cook.
They cook food.
They cook food. Okay.
They play in the forest.
Furthermore, they play in the forest.
Finally, they went to swimming.
Okay, Mantu, you try.
First, Tom and Kim went to the countryside with a teacher and other students. They clean the ground and pick up empty bottle. Next, one of teacher is picks uh picks the work. Then they use the work to cooking some food. Next, they went to play in the forest. Finally, they went to swimming.
Swimming, good. Okay, let's go up here. Now we're going to ask and answer questions about Tom and Paul. So let me take this away. Okay, so now we're first going to ask and answer about Tom's lunch. Okay, Wai Dong, you can ask the first question.
Where is Tom? Where is Tom? Eat lunch.
Okay, where does Tom eat lunch, Quan?
Tom is lunch at school.
At school, okay. Wai Dong, next question.
What Tom eat at lunch?
Okay, let me type it for you. Where does Tom eat lunch? Where does Tom eat lunch? Tom eats lunch at school. Wai Dong, food?
What the Tom like food?
What food does Tom eat for lunch? What food? Okay, Minh 2, what food does Tom eat for lunch?
Tom eats sandwich for lunch.
Tom eats a sandwich for lunch. Tom eats a sandwich for lunch. Okay, Quinn, you can ask the next question. Drink.
What drink does Tom what drink does Tom bring for lunch?
What does Tom drink for lunch? What does Tom drink for lunch? Mantu, what does Tom drink for lunch?
Tom drink grape juice for lunch.
Tom drinks grape juice for lunch. Okay, Mantu, can you ask the next question?
Mm. Uh, mm. Who is cooking for Tom lunch?
Who cooks Tom's lunch? Who cooks? Who cooks Tom's lunch? Write down. Who cooks Tom's lunch?
School cook for Tom lunch.
The school cook cooks Tom's lunch. The school cook cooks Tom's lunch. Quan, you can, no, sorry, White Dong, next question.
Oh, why don't what what Tom is lunch after the meal?
Okay, after the meal. What does Tom do after the meal? What does Tom do after the meal? Why don't? What does Tom do after the meal?
Tom read a book after the meal.
Tom reads a book.
Tom read a book.
Tom reads a book after the meal. Tom reads a book after the meal. Okay, now we're going to ask about Paul's lunch. Mantu, you can ask the first question.
What? Where does
Where does Paul
eat lunch?
Where does Paul eat lunch? Why don't?
Paul eat lunch at dining room.
In the dining room. In the dining room.
Dining room.
Why don't? Next question.
What food does Tom eat for lunch?
Gwen, what food does Paul eat for lunch?
Oh. Tom eats chicken and vegetable for lunch.
Okay, Gwen, next question.
What foods the Paul eat for lunch?
Gwen, say again, what does Paul
What's the pool drink for lunch?
For lunch. Mantu, what does Paul drink for lunch?
Paul drink milk, milk for lunch.
Okay, Mantu, next question.
Who cook for lunch?
Who cooks Paul's lunch, Gwen? Who cooks Paul's lunch?
The big sister cooks Paul's
I can't hear Gwen. Say it again.
The big sister cooks Paul's lunch.
Paul's big sister cooks his lunch. Why Dong? Last question.
What the Paul do? What the Paul do after meal?
What does Tom do after his meal, Mantu?
Paul play with cards after the meal.
Good job. Well done. Okay. Now, Quinn, you can ask any question. Any question.
Uh,
You can ask about Tom or Paul. Any question.
Tom or I don't know.
Gwen, you can ask any question. There's lots of questions here. I've typed 5 questions for you, and it's exactly the same for Paul. So choose any question. Ask Mantu any question. Choose one.
Where does Tom eat lunch?
Where does Tom eat lunch, Mantu?
Tom eats lunch at school.
Tom eats lunch at school. Good. Mantu, now you can ask any question.
Who cooks for lunch?
Who cooks Paul's lunch, Gwen?
The big sister cooks for lunch.
Ask again, Gwen.
The big sister cooks for lunch.
Now you have to ask a question, Gwen.
What food does Tom eat for lunch?
What food does Tom eat for lunch? Mantu?
Tom drink grape juice for lunch.
Okay, Mantu, what questions can you ask?
What does Paul do after the meal?
What do Paul do after the meal?
Uh, Tom play with car after the meal.
Plays with cars. Plays with cars. Gwen, say it again. Plays with cars.
Play with car.
Cars, not car. Cars.
Cars.
Okay, Gwen, next question.
What's the phone ring for lunch?
Say again.
What the pool drink for lunch?
What does Paul drink for lunch?
Paul drink milk for lunch.
Okay, White Dog, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, White Dog, you can ask a question.
Yes. Where?
Any question.
Where does Tom eat lunch?
Where does Tom eat lunch? Mantu, where does Tom eat lunch?
Tom eats lunch at school.
Okay. Quinn, what does Paul do after the meal?
Oh, pool play with girl.